Welcome back to Leyshon Park for the start of the second quarter in the Division 1 Heart Sport Cup. And what a cracking start from a Noosa Footy Club perspective. The minor premiers have come out and show that they're ready to play today, Dan. Big quarter for Maroochydore coming up.
Oh, it's massive, Barry. Your grand finals are won with 6 goals to 1 quarters, and probably the majority would win. I guess you would factor in Maroochidore's case that they've got a very strong team, perhaps slight favourites going in, and they're now going to be kicking with that breeze. Absolutely critical that they maximise it. They've got to win the quarter at the very least, if not by a bit. They've got to win it by at least 1 or 2 goals and go in at half-time with some hope. If they get beaten for the quarter, it's going to be really tough from there. But games have won over 4 quarters, Baz, whether it be home and away, but particularly grand finals. And Maroochydore have been a great team for a long period of time, so I'd expect them to hit back.
I think the first 10 minutes is going to be critical. If they can get a couple on the scoreboard early, get a bit of confidence, get a bit of a roll on, then I reckon it's going to be game on. What they can't afford, from my perspective, they can't afford Noosa to get the first one.
No, look, absolutely. It'll be a 30-minute quarter. Let's see what they dish up here as we have Big Simo and McDonald's been an enthralling contest already in the opening quarter. Simpson, McDonald almost down him. Lang, he's been good in that first quarter. So was McKendrick as he fires out the handball to no one. Nick Sutton overruns it. Lang with it again. Gee, gets it out. He's been good, as we said. Hill now across to his teammate in Mitch Woods. Back Lasky now to Buntain. They're looking reasonably composed, the Noosa Tigers, as he comes out the hill and a run right in front of the commentary box there over the line as Nick Hill and Lockie Lang cross the line, and bit of a wasted opportunity there in some ways.
Our young all-finance group umpire will throw it back in it again. These two combatants will go at it again in the ruck. I reckon McDonald's got the advantage there, takes it out of the ruck, quick handball to Hill. McKenzie just knocks it over the back. Pressure's on the ball carrier, ball gets knocked forward. That was by McCrimmon. Hard attack on the footy again there. But again, it's McKenzie that's going to butter up, and he tips it out wide, but saved by a millimetre from being out of bounds in the full. And we'll have another restart right in front of our commentary box.
So, McDonald v Simpson. Honours pretty even at this point of the game. Maybe Simo got his nose in front with experience. Connor gets the tap. Woods kicked and smothered. Jake Warren now. Toe pokes it forward, but it's only as far as Harry Marr. The safe hands of Marr, the left footer, right in front of us here on the wing. Goes inboard. It's a dangerous kick. It's paid off though. Nicholas Hill grabs the footy. He's a dangerous player, particularly when he goes forward. Hill, plenty of experience. That's not one of his best efforts though, Nicky Hill. It goes 10 metres straight to the opposition. Jack O'Ryan can't cleanly take it. Nick Sutton comes in. He's wrapped up. Now we got McCrimmon. Beautiful work. Gets it back now to McDonald. McDonald athletic, like a rover, like a Brodie Grundy in many ways there. Mav Pettigrove, he's been good. Off to Woods. Woods inside 50, looking for Jeffrey. And he finds him, and the umpire's going to pay it.
That.
Probably had enough of it. And Reece Jeffrey, by gee, he's been a player with talent, but today he's taking this grand final by storm. 3 first quarter goals and about to shoot for his 4th. 2 minutes into the second quarter, Baz.
And it's the long and the shorter grove. It's Pettigrove the short, and Jeffrey the big. Yep. And I tell you what, between them, they're creating absolute havoc as he kicks from about 40. That's a bit of a wobbler, but it doesn't matter. He's given a fist pump, and he says, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? I've kicked 4! And what a start to the quarter. Oh, my God. It's going to be hard work here from Maroochydore. They're going to have to pull something out of the bag now.
I'll tell you what. He couldn't kick the ball any worse. Dead set wobbly-gong there by Reece Jeffrey. He just wobbled it over, and somehow it found its way over the line.
Stephen Kernahan would have been absolutely proud of that kick.
Absolutely. As Noosa Tigers, 7-3-45, 1 straight goal, Maroochydore. It's a 39-point difference, 3 minutes into the 2019 QF1 Grand Final. Big Simpson up. Lasky now thrown into the middle just to increase the damage for Noosa. Fitzpatrick now drives it off the ground. Sutton butters up. Smalls up to the occasion. He's got the advantage now. Can he keep it in? He tries to.
Oh, that might be on the full.
I think it is. No.
Oh.
Lasky's boot. It looked close, Baz,
It did look close. Tough one on the young fella. I'll back him in.
Like to see the replay.
Yeah, I'd like to go to the video replay. I'll just have a chat to our production team, see what they can find out for us.
Dean Davis is normally good on those video replay things. Let's see what we can produce on this
The
occasion.
young umpire launches it back in. Our old foes go at it again. No one gets clean possession. McDonald hacks it out of the ruck. In the Baker leads his opponent. Got one over the shoulder. The umpire said play on. Tromp sort of gets a bit of a boot to it. And the ball gets cleared out to the far side, and it's a bit of a foot race. Tyler Stack from Noosa gets slung without the footy, and the umpire seen it the same way, and he'll get the free kick.
Gee, it's a little bit of ill discipline there by Maroochydore. Not what you're wanting in the when you need to recapture the lead. As Nick Hill drives it long to the hot spot once again. Kenny almost takes it. He's a dangerous player that hasn't quite bobbed up today. And of course, Jeffrey behind him. Between the two of them, perhaps you would have thought they were probably stoppable on a day like today. Haven't been really dominant forwards in the competition, but at the moment, Jeffrey looks like taking everything. And of course, Kenny, the player from Knox, who's kicked 70 or 80 goals down there in the Melbourne suburbs, has been good. As Jake Warren drives it out. Hill's there, butters up. Stack, they're in trouble again, Maroochydore.
Stack goes left, goes right, back onto his left. Puts it to that dangerous hot spot again. Simpson just gets the big knock. Players slip it over. Cleaned up nicely there by Maroochydore as they bring it out. And Jackson Ryan will take the settling mark just on the 50-metre arc on the far side in front of the John Pearce scoreboard. He hasn't got much to go to. He's probably going to have to settle for that long kick down the line. And he does. Goes, punches it about 40 metres into the wind. Connor McDonald over the top, punches it forward. Stacks on the mill, and the umpire's probably going to have to take control here to get a restart, and that's what's going to happen as the ball gets forced over the boundary line.
5 minutes into the second quarter, it's 7-3-45 to one straight kick, 6. Who would have thought Maroochydore would have only kicked one goal in the opening 36 minutes of the grand final?
Simpson and McDonald go at it again. They just keep wrestling. McDonald just punches it forward. Quick hands out of the contest there, and another quick hack forward. Looked like Lockie Lang tried to get his hands on it. Ball clear, Stack goes left, goes right. Quick handball, puts his teammate under pressure. He goes backwards, and they go back again to Riley Buntain. Very calm, cool and collected as he just punches it wide out towards the boundary, and he's punched it too far. And it's out on the full as Maroochydore quickly bring it back inside, and Mackenzie's got it just behind centre.
Sam McKenzie drives it forward. Maroochydore looking for something, a difference, but Noosa punched away again by Buntain. They're playing supreme football at the moment as Connor McDonald drives long inside 50. It's a great looking kick. Sturton underruns it. Don't tell me Jeffrey's come up with it. He has, and shoots on it. And looking at his 5th goal for the afternoon, Reece Jeffrey. Got a bit of stage fright there, Baz.
Probably too easy. Too easy.
He's the easiest one of the afternoon, and he misses the lot. And thankfully for Maroochydore, he does, because they need to kick the next one as Pearso. Big Pearso drives it outside the 50. Across to Jake Warren. Beautiful gather by him, just on the one hand. Plays on and kicks it. Baz!
I nearly marked it.
Barry Gibson, seriously,
nearly
mate.
Marked it.
I mean, seriously, Butterfingers, mate. You had it in your hands.
That's probably the Mitch Woods, the GM of the Noosa Footy Club, right in front of us. Looking sharp with a new haircut down there. What's he going to do with it? He's going to have to go down the line. He does. Again, looking for the Kenny to fly. Ball gets knocked out. Simpson's there, roving his homework, the big fella. He's been outstanding. Quick hands out. Puts his teammate under pressure. Players just going in hard for the footy. It's been outstanding to watch. And the umpire's probably going to have to intervene here shortly because it stacks on the mill as Mackenzie tries to butter his way out, and the ball just gets knocked over.
Take your hat off Aaron Lasky, captain of Noosa. He's desperate for premiership success. You see the way he attacked that football, had 1, 2, 3 efforts. You can just see it in his eyes. He wants his title today.
This is their 3rd crack at it, and I think it would mean a lot to him, and they'd love to take the silverware home. It'd be a reward for a lot of hard work over a number of years.
Absolutely. Lockie Small under pressure, flicks it out. They've been under pressure all day. Across to his teammate there in Geordie Daniel. He loses it. Goes on to Noosa. McCrimmon it might have been. Drives it forward, and Kenny, Liam Kenny, the boy from Knox, the forward who came up a year or 2 ago, and is a bit of a traveller. He's also won with the Noosa surf hairdo, and he's taken it 40 out. This is where he's made his name, Barry. He's been a good kick. over the journey. He loves a goal.
Let me call it home for you, Danny. He settles over it. He's about 30 out, a very slight angle. Leans back, cruises it over the goal umpire's hat. Gives the fist pump and says, put my name in the paper, because I've got one too. What a goal and what a start to this quarter by Noosa as they extend their lead 8-3-51 to 1 straight 6 at the just under 9 minute mark of the second quarter in the Div 1 Heartsport Cup.
Well, Barry, it's 8 minutes in and there's a couple of observations to make. One is I don't think the Breeze is as strong as it appeared in the first quarter because Maroochydore have made a mockery of that, kicking the first 2 goals in the opening 9 minutes. 2 is there's a hunger driving Noosa today in this opening half that is just not being matched by Maroochydore, it'd be fair to say. That's the main difference, and they're going to have to really find something from within. As it comes out of the centre here, Noosa in and under again, as is Maroochydore. Driven out though here by Mitch Woods. Going forward again, Noosa now. Brock hasn't seen much of it today, but he doesn't need to. His teammates are doing it all for him. He dives on, applies some pressure, and that's what they'd really be asking. And the umpire says, give it to me. 40 metres out, Barry. And again, it's another forward thrust by Noosa.
Umpire Trevor Donahue launches in the air. The wind takes it, so certainly a bit swirly out there. That's Jackson Ryan that just got knocked to the ground. Tyler Stack busy all hard at the footy was Ryan. Hack out of the air by Jake Warren. Gets about 40 metres. Puts it deep inside their 50. Lockie Lang's there. Couldn't quite pick it up. Norman's there, goes left, goes right, gets tackled, and the umpire says, ball! And that'll be a free kick as they take the advantage on the far side with Willow Dwyer. Goes long down the line. He's got, looks like Connor McDonald all alone at centre half forward there. He's got the ball. Or is that McCrimmon?
McKendrick. Yeah, they got a
again goes long, deep inside to a contest. Sturton in front. His player tried to work him under it. Sturton did a good job to hold his ground. Ball goes around, that's Fitzpatrick, good tackle, knocked out by Baker in the tackle. Mackenzie driven into the ground, and the umpire said he gets a free kick for that. Much to the delight of the Maroochydore boys down there. As the ball gets chipped out in the direction of young Bury, keeps it in play, good composure by the young fella, gives the hands on, but that wasn't, he's kicked it into the coach's box. That was small, I think. Great pressure again. It's just the pressure from Noosa. It is relentless, Dan.
Yeah, oh look, there's no doubt. You can just see it. It was a bit like you see games when they get dominated by one team, and at the moment it's all Noosa. Is Lasky, the captain, drives it in. Punched away by Kenny in a different disciplined forward approach. It's come out now to Mackenzie. Sturton, back to Mackenzie from Tyler Williams, up now to Warren. They need to find a spark. They need some inspiration as they go forward. Can Josh Norman provide it as he tries to take the mark, and young Angus Smythe comes over the top.
That's one player that has lifted his work rate. Young Jakey Warren, he's really starting to get his hands on the footy, and he's important in and around those contests. But just the pressure and the determination, they're just chasing every loose ball. It's been really impressive by Noosa today so far.
Yeah, no, they've been good. They've really come to play, as we spoke about. Playing last week's preliminary final did them the world of good. I think they needed the extra run under the belt and a bit of a reality check perhaps after the season they'd had, in the sense that they just needed some tough footy leading in to a grand final. They've got it and they're delivering so far. But it's far from over, Baz. It's far from over. It's only halfway through the second quarter.
Maroochydore just need a couple of quick goals just to get some confidence and get back into their flow. And I think you can just see that they're missing kicks today that they normally wouldn't miss because they're just under pressure. They haven't been put under for the majority of the year.
Yeah, look, it's no doubt they look second rate at the moment, but it's only because they can't get their hands on the footy. They look slower because they can't get their hands on the footy and be dominant like they normally are. And they just need to try and match the pressure that Noosa's applying. It comes back in now. McDonald, Simpson. Comes down, Fitzpatrick. Somehow flicks it out. There's Noosa numbers. Look at this. Stack, bang, kicks it on the boot. Lockie Small dives, can't quite complete the mark. Perhaps a free kick, and he does.
He did that really well.
Yeah, did it smart, and milked the free kick, did Lockie Small. He's got an experienced header. He kicks it long, looking for Tyle Williams. Nice mark from Tyle.
He's got a good set of dukes on him, Tyle.
Yeah. You just know he's one player. You get 100% out every time you put him on the field. Drives it forward, bit of a hot spot, comes back out, long clearing punch. Stack with the football, right foot onto the broadcast wing, out in front of Kennedy. He's starting to make his mark. Although on this occasion, I'm not sure what he was thinking, Baz, but he just popped it onto the preferred foot.
Good pressure from Pearson, though.
Yeah, it was, and they'll end up with the resultant free kick now.
The umpire's called he's called a boundary throw in. I'm not sure what's happened. He must have thought that he was already out before that he kicked the footy, but I can't work that out myself.
No.
I think
on the Dean Davis replay, Baz, there's no doubt he kicked it from inside the boundary.
I think you've got to sometimes say, I think he might have got that wrong.
Yeah. Anyway, if you're going to make a mistake, sometimes it's better that it's a neutral mistake, like this one. It's a ball up. Simpson, big whack forward, finds Daniel. Daniel bursts from the pack, gives it back. Williams, out across now to Tommy Holt. He's been a revelation from Maroochydore. Smothered on this occasion. Williams again, bang, runs into traffic. Mitch Woods and Stack. Oh, and they're coming in for a bit of action there as Holt applies some pressure.
I tell you what, there is no place for the faint-hearted. This game has been tough. It's been physical. They've been at each other. I'm loving it.
Yeah. Arch rivals, mate. It's a coastal rivalry like no other. These two teams hate each other out in the field. Occasionally they might mix off it, but it's a fierce, hot battle on the paddock, no doubt about it.
I'll tell you who's really lifted their work rate and been instrumental, Tyler Stack. He's had an outstanding quarter, quiet in the first quarter, but he's come to play this quarter.
Yeah, no doubt about it, Baz. He's come into his own as Simpson off the ground, just Scott flicks it out, and that's good yardage for Maroochydore. But yardage isn't something that they need at the moment solely, because 15 minutes in they trail by 45 points. Who would have thought, Barry? 15 minutes in the second quarter, Maroochydore would trail by 45 points. They need to get their engines humming, and they need to do something about it quickly. It's Big Simo. He's held on to there by Connor McDonald. Good call by the umpire. Oh no, he's played it the other way.
Called the advantage. No, called the advantage, yep.
There you go. Noosa comes up with it. Lasky, look at the power of that man's quads as he kicks it forward. McKendrick, beautiful work, grabs it, shoots it in. Look, there's Noosa numbers everywhere. Young Reece Tarling sweeps onto the footy. Across the bodies, missed it. What an opportunity there for Noosa. They should have probably done better with that as Kenny and Tarling found themselves with space.
Good job by Small. He never gave up. He were outnumbered. He put the pressure on, and they couldn't afford to have left another one there. And they get a nice little soft entry out there, and that's with Samuel Nelson, who chips it out wide to Pearson. Plays on quickly. He's going to have to go down the line to a 50-50, and it looks like it's all Noosa. And that's an easy mark there for Jeffrey, who just chips it back inside, but Lang's there to cut it off. He's been a bit quiet in this quarter. They've nullified him. He's got someone on in the middle, but that's quickly shut down. He's going to have to go down the line, looking left and right. Decides to go backwards now, chip inside, going back across goal, and they really haven't got anywhere. Good pressure.
Well, defensively, they're just going one-on-one in that situation. It's just good pressure, not allowing Maroochydore to get some confidence by maintaining possession. And Maroochydore not really used to this sort of footy in recent times as they kick it long forward. This time it's in Hill, traps it, can't quite take it up. Comes out now to Harry Marr, long looping right-hander. It's a beautiful handball, but no one told Jaden Holt that he was under the pump, and he's been dispossessed. Kick forward there, I think it might have been Finn. Out into Josh Norman, almost takes it. Jakey Warren, beautiful crumb. Over to Big Simo. Gee, they need this goal, Barry. And they've got it.
And it was that man again, Jakey Warren, busy at the base of the contest, gave out the hand to the Big Simo, and he just snapped it round the corner. And I reckon Simpson's probably been their best player from the start right through. He's been the constant that's been getting his hands on the footy. But as I said, I really like the work rate of Warren. He's lifted, and he was the cause of that goal by being in the right spot at the right time.
Yeah, no, spot on, Baz. Jake Warren has lifted his rating in the second quarter when perhaps those around him haven't. And, of course, Big Simo's done a power work. Beautiful work there. Gee, if you talked about a team really badly needing a goal, well, that was it. Maroochydore got it. They did need it. Noosa missed their chance a couple of minutes previous to put further scoreboard paint on. Goes down the other end. Maroochydore get it back. They trail now by just the 40 points, Barry.
The makeshift ruckman in tow, Williams and Peter Tromp go at it. Williams got over the top of him easy, fed out his own handball. Ball just gets knocking around like a bit of a pinball parlour in there. That looks like Sutton knocking it forward. Again, all the numbers are there. Here's Small, chucks it on the outside of the right boot in the Jakey Warren direction, but out manoeuvred there by his opponent, who did a really good job looking for a 50. The umpire's having nothing of it.
Isaac McCrimmon, Baz, he's had a great year. Gone from the midfield back to the back pocket, playing on all the better smalls in the comp. gets the job done most weeks. Today on Jake Warren, and he's been good already in this opening stages of the grand final. Drives it forward. Young Tom Holt hasn't had a lot of time and space, the youngster today. McKendrick, quick little chip, looking for Rhys Jeffrey. He's had it on a string. Over to Daniel now, though, for Maroochydore. Jackson Brewery takes it on the wing. He's been okay, kicks it forward. Sam Nelson, he's played in 4 grand finals in a row today, not looking so exciting. Up to Daniel. Daniel delivers to Norman, and with that breeze, not the best execution, out of bounds.
That effort of Tromp, he's a big man, he's probably at the back end of his career, but he just chased and he just put on that little bit of pressure. That's what they've all come to today with, and I think that's the difference right now.
Yeah, no, fair call, Baz. He's been good. He's been the old Grand Warrior, and wouldn't it be a fitting result for a bloke like Peter Tromp, who was part of their grand finals back in 10 and 11. It'd be great for him to have another opportunity today as he wins the hit out. The ball's wrapped up on the wing, and we will have another ball up right in front of us. Real crucial time. 19 minutes in the second quarter. Maroochydore with the last goal. They need the next one definitely, perhaps another couple before half-time comes along.
That was McCrimmon again there. Quick handball on the inside. He missed the target there and just turned it over. And here's Mackenzie, who just blasts away inside forward. Looking for Scollard, who hasn't actually been near it. He hasn't had the best day, but the delivery hasn't been really good either. That looked like a bit of a push in the back. The umpire's not having anything to do with it. Norman gets the handball inside. Numbers again. Here's Jai Fitzpatrick. Just chucks it on the boot, pushes it forward as Sturton attacks the footy. Maroochydore got the numbers around the contest, but a little intercept there. That was good play by the Tigers.
Brock.
And they just hack it inside forward. Everything's just having a go at getting the ball forward. And they're under non-stop pressure, the Maroochydore defence. And again, this is Small, who's had to work overtime as he chips it outside to Pearson, who backs back with courage and gets one late. The umpire doesn't think there's enough in it to award a free kick. Calls play on, and Mackenzie's got it now, just in front of the vocal Maroochydore supporters. He chips it inside, and the umpire pays the mark.
Jordan Daniel, he's been all right, lifted his rating, the boy from Yeronga, kicks it long, half forward. Tyler Williams before acceptance is unfortunately for him, and Big Tromphy, the recipient of the free, and he's one who looks like he's enjoying this grand final today. Left leg strapped like a racehorse he is, and he's got the racehorse legs on him too, Big Tromphy. Look at that. Beautiful kick though, over to Mitch Woods.
He's got the far lap look about him at the moment.
Yeah, mate, he's just getting through the last stages of his career, and again, he's been okay today. Harry Marr, across to young Willow Dwyer. Been a little bit quiet early, Will, despite Noosa's dominance. Gets a quick across half back. Dangerous to Mackenzie, but pays off. Pettigrove, there's the youth brigade for Noosa. Dishes out now to Buntain. He's one with a bit of excitement. Goes bang, sells a dummy. Kicks it inside 50. Lockie Small over the back. Not so small on that occasion, but doesn't pay off. It's over the back. Perhaps he should have stayed down as Noosa kicked forward through the agency. Was that Nick Hill? I think it was, Baz. Nicholas Hill for Noosa has banged a little goal, which in the end was just a bit too easy, if you don't mind, with 3 Maroochydore boys flying for the football, in particular Lockie Small, going for the big specky when he perhaps should have stayed down, and Nick Hill, the recipient for Noosa, number 15, he kicks his first for the day, and Noosa's 9th goal for the afternoon.
Jakey Warren's coming off very, very sore at the moment. Not sure if he's hurt the knee or the ankle, or he's just copped a heavy knot, but he's coming off very, very slowly. They can't afford to lose him.
So there's a little bit of a moment here. 22 minutes in, Noosa getting the next one. They're still showing.
They had 19 men on the field there for a small moment.
Barry, and you as an AFLQ executive have probably,
picked that one up.
I
picked that one up.
Influence things.
Bit of an interchange infringement there.
You're going to overlook that one on just a car. I don't think it influenced the game, so you probably let it slide, Baz.
It's just an interchange infringement. Umpires didn't pick it up. Maybe it's a free kick. The emergency umpire should have been onto that.
Oh, Stack. Cops one high. Only a little fella, Stacky, and eyes on the footy, a good take. And I think it was Scollard might have just caught him a little bit high. He's all right now, though.
He's been the dominant player this quarter,
yeah,
Stack.
He's been good. Good across half back with him sort of stuck him up. Harry Marr now out to Buntain. They really have just really dominated most of the proceedings, haven't they? As it comes out to young Will McKenzie, the exciting 17-year-old, drives it long inboard. Oh, who's over the back? Was that Brock? Couldn't take it. Jeffrey now gives it off, but it's been wrapped up. Sam McKenzie beautifully has the bounce and kicks it long, looking for Normo. He's had a few opportunities out here, but the footy just keeps running out and over the boundary line every time with that breeze.
Firstly, McKenzie, he's been really solid. He can hold his head high. Norman's beautiful body work there to take his play. It's just unlucky that the ball ran out.
Yeah.
And we've got an injury as a result of that bump.
Smythe, the 18-year-old from Gippsland Maffra this year, first seen, been a revelation at centre half back for Noosa. He's copped a fair corky, I think. He might be able to come back on, let's hope. But he's been good so far. As McCrimmon to Will Dwyer, wasn't looking at the footballers at handball team. Cumberland, who's hardly seen it today, he's wrapped up in a tackle, and umpire says that's a free kick, young fella. Comes out now from Stack, over to McKenzie. Can he pick up the football? No, he can't. He's met with opposition there from Maroochydore. Holt now flings it forward to no one in a Noosa colour. Comes back now to Ryan, across to Small. Small drives it long, but Pettigrove's going to intercept the mark on central wing, Barry.
Pettigrove in front of our final series signage, just taking his time. Bit of tempo footy, they don't need to rush. Sizing up his options, goes out wide. Looking for Kenny, I think it is. Good mark by Kenny, wheels around onto the right. Goes quick inside 50, but it's all Maroochydore. Baker just mops it up to Sturton, and Sturton gives the quick hands. And Small again. Small's had a really good start to the game, and that's a nice kick out there by Small, and he finds Holt. That was a nice play out of the defensive half. Really like Small's game down there. As Holt comes down the line to a contest hole, Williams has got the sit here. Doesn't quite grasp it, knocks it through. Ball gets held in tight there. That looked like by McCrimmon holding it in. Ball gets knocked around. Ball not going out. Players just working everywhere, right near the boundary. Lasky tries to get the kick, but Williams smothers it and it goes over the line for a boundary line throw-in right in front of the Noosa coach's box.
Well, that's what you love about those two. Probably the two biggest warriors, Lasky and Williams. Williams such the ultimate warrior, the way he attacks the football from Maroochydore. Of course, Lasky similar for Noosa there as it comes in now. Simpson, McDonald doing battle. Simpson pushed in the back by McDonald, says the umpire, and it probably was there. And Big Simo, he's still having influence, but he just can't bring enough into the game. Flicks it across to Daniel, who's really coming to his own this quarter. Kicks it inside 50, looking there for big Mitch Schollard, who's been starvation diet down there for him this quarter, Basil. In fact, the whole half. And it'll be a ball up at the 25-minute mark of this second quarter. 40 metres out from goal from Maroochydore. And, gee, if you said they needed a goal, you'd be the under mention of the year, that one. As it goes on to Lockie Lang on the left foot, and he flies, but it's way wide. In fact, out of bounds on the full. And Jason Boydell will be the recipient of the free kick, Barry. Jason Boydell, of course, I think he might have been a former Noosa local, and might have actually played in the 10 and 11 flags at Noosa many years ago. He's been away and down south for a bit. He's back this year as one of their main defenders.
So Boydell just goes up and under in the Connor McDonald direction. Couldn't grasp it, ball gets knocked out. Maroochydore just with a quick snap around the corner. That's like Hill overran the footy. Lang's in there pushing around, but it's Boydell again, your man. Just hacks it out of the defensive half. He fortunately finds Fitzpatrick, gives a great handball out wide to the runner, and the ball goes back inside. Sturton led his man to the footy, dropped what he should have taken. And they've let him in now. Quick hands out there. And here goes Willow Dwyer. He'll do a little checky round the corner and puts his first on the board for the day. He loves a goal, the little fella, and he'll be happy with that tonight as they extend their lead to 10-4, 64 to 2 straight 12. And it's going to be a long, long way back from Maroochydore from here.
Oh, yeah. They didn't need that one, that's for sure. 27-minute mark, 10-4, 64 Noosa. 2 straight goals, 12 Maroochydore. They currently lead the game by 52 points. Can they possibly get back from there? We'll have to wait and see, but Willow Dwyer, beautiful work. Greg Sturton, unfortunately, bounced off his chest, and then a fumble from Fleming, from Maroochydore, and Noosa all over it. Kenny out the Dwyer. Look, Barry, it's just the pressure being applied. They're starting to look behind them at the moment, Maroochydore.
Their transition off half-back has been outstanding. They've really opened the game up where I reckon Maroochydore have just kicked to contests, and that's been the difference for me so far as Jackson Ryan just works his man under the footy on the far wing and takes an easy mark, pushes it out wide in the direction of Nelson, who couldn't grasp the footy. Ball goes to ground, and we'll have a boundary line throw in just in front of the Heart Sports sign on centre wing on the far side, Dan. As young Jackson Beery comes off for a spell, and he'll be replaced by Brodie Finn.
A couple of the young chargers will lead the QFL charge from Maroochydore from next year when they enter the competition. But today is what they're really got to worry about, and this is where they're really struggling. They get it out. I think it's Daniel drives it inside 50. Normo's looking for it. He can't take it. In fact, he's infringed on his direct opponent and given away the free kick as it comes out to O'Dwyer. Two-hand son, not the one. He butters up nicely. Gets a handball out to Tyler Stack, who can't take it. And he
probably a bit stiff.
Yeah, it could have been legal. Probably was legged.
He went to go and he had hold of his leg.
Poor young fella.
The umpire got caught a little bit blindside there and couldn't see that. And he, if he had got away, he was gone.
Yeah, so but look, at the end of the day, Maroochydore need every little bit they can get, so it might have been taken pity on there by the umpire. Simo down to Mackenzie. Good work there. Mackenzie on the left. As you said, Baz improved his rating too this quarter.
Yep.
They need Schollard to take those. He didn't quite take it. Bordell sweating on him. Sutton. Norman over the top of Nick Sutton, and it's going to be another boundary throw in over that wind. It's swung around again, Barry. It seemed to be crawling across the ground, and yet on this side of the ground it seems to be blowing back this way, so I can't pick it.
Tell you what I've really liked. I've liked the way they're set up behind the footy. By Noosa. Yeah, they've got that really disciplined setup behind the footy. They know everyone's playing their role, getting to their spots, and I reckon that's made it really hard for Maroochydore to get that transition.
Well, they've always got one back, and in particular, it's probably Tyler Stack, who they tend to play him in that free up, one off role, or the one extra.
Yep.
And like again now, if you look at where he's set up out the back there, he's on his own, not picking up an opponent, but he's that extra cover as Lang kicks a ball football wide and not handsome for Maroochydore, but bounces over. They'll get another forward stoppage throw in, and that won't hurt. And at the 30-minute mark of the second quarter, they need to desperately find something, Barry. You need to be trailing by 40-something, not 50-something at half-time to give you some hope.
I don't think anyone could have written this script, not even Nostradamus. This is an unbelievable start by Noosa, and it's going to take something really special from the coaching staff to try and make some changes, because they're going to have to throw the magnets around. They've got no other choice.
You would think so. As Jack O'Ryan comes up, he's still working hard for his team, drives it forward. Young Mackenzie, probably infringed there. No, umpire didn't pay it. Out now to Maroochydore. He's probably deserved a free kick against there too. Tommy Holt. Players dive on the ball. Umpire's asking to deliver it. Matt Pettigrew flicks it out, probably to himself there, and is to himself. Keeps it in. Smart play. Gives it off now to Buntain. What can they do with it? They are in a dangerous spot in defence, but they take it on up through the corridor. Look at this. Nick Sutton by himself kicks a wobbly gong out in the direction there of his teammate. I can't see coming the other way who it is from Noosa, but he overruns it onto Damien Fleming. Drives it forward, and Tom Holt with the mark at centre forward.
Holt just launches it again into a contest, but it's all Noosa. But a great grab there by Schollard. That's the first one that he's clung for today, and he needs to go back. And to say that he needs to kick it would be the understatement of the year. But he's an outstanding player, our leading goal kicker this year, and a Centurion last season. He'll just drop this toward just inside the left goal post, I reckon. And you could just about put your house on this one. He'll kick it.
You would think so, Barry. But on days like, he's the best kicker in the competition generally. But on days like today, when it's not your day, and sometimes you don't get these.
And he's got the crowd cheering him. They're up and about, he's steady, Schollard moves in, left goal post, straight through the high diddle, and they needed that one. And the score goes out to 3 goals straight, 18, trailing Noosa at 10-4, 64, and again a 32-minute quarter, and fair to say that Noosa are in absolute control of this game, Dan.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. We've just witnessed a comprehensive first half, grand final half by any side in recent times. Dominant. 10 goals, 464 to 3 straight 18. They lead by, what's that work out at? I can't work out my maths there, Baz. It's 46 points. They lead by at half time, the Noosa Tigers. And it's going to take a massive effort and perhaps almost a desire transplant at half-time from Maroochydore to find something from within to claw back the 7-goal deficit they now find themselves in. Noosa with one hand on the cup barrier at half-time, but Maroochydore have been a proud club, a great club. They've got a great team. Can they do it?
Well, I'm going to get you to have a think during our break. If you're the coach, when we come back, I'm going to ask you to tell us what you would have done, what you would have said, what changes you would have made. But we'll be back here at Leyshon Park in about 10 minutes to resume our coverage of this, the Div 1 Heartsport Cup Grand Final, where we go to the half-time break with Noosa leading 10-4, 64 to Maroochydore 3 straight 18.